everybody. Welcome to the Chucklers podcast. This is podcast number 11. Podcast number 11, double sticks, double hockey sticks, whatever you like to call it. I just call it 11. Paul.
Yeah, what's up?
Paul, you're in town. No, you're not in town, sorry.
What?
But you're on the podcast today.
Mm-hmm.
As always.
Yeah.
Look, let's go right into it. You know what segment's going on. You guys have been waiting for it. You've been waiting about a minute now. We won't hold it back any longer.
Playing football blind.
Anything's possible.
All right, thank you very much.
Nice.
You know who that was? That was our sponsors.
Oh man,
We
that
appreciate
wonderful.
those sponsors.
Always appreciate them.
Every day that I am awake, I am thankful for our sponsors.
That's kind of creepy.
Look, man, this week it's been crazy. It was crazier for you though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week was kind of crazy. You know, lots of things, but tell you about it. Oh well.
Tell me about it.
Wow. So last week for me was spring break, right? And so I planned a couple weeks ago, like, hey, for spring break, me and my friend are gonna go hike in Colorado. Just like, I've been to some of the places before. Went to Buffalo Creek's Wilderness, and we planned to go do a little bit of the Continental Divide Trail and Collegiate Peaks and climb some mountains just for kicks. What I neglected to address in my plans was the fact that March is one of the snowy seasons in Colorado. And so we got to Collegiate Peaks, right? Or we got to Buffalo Creek's Wilderness, started hiking in, and we're about like, not even like a third of the way through the loop. And me and my friend, we encounter just a bunch of snow. It was just like miles of snow meadows. And we tried to cross it, but the snow ended up being about a meter deep. It took us 3 hours to go about 3 miles, which is insane. And like,
It's been tiring.
oh yeah, it was super tiring. We crested this one hill, saw that there was 7-ish more miles of all that shit, and we were like, no, we're turning back. We can't do this. So we turned back, had to reschedule like basically everything. We ended up hiking in Dominguez Escalante National Conservation Area. And that was really fun, except it was super windy. And the night that we were in the canyon, it was like sustained like 20-mile-per-hour winds like all through the night. It was interesting. The tent almost broke, but
You slept in a cave?
no, we slept in a tent.
You didn't sleep in a cave?
There were no caves in the canyon.
Fine. Fair enough.
Yeah, but that was my spring
What
break.
was Did you see any animals or anything out there?
Just a bunch of lizards in the canyon. There were supposed to be some bighorn sheep, but we didn't see any. It might have been like the wrong season to see them, but just like on a drive there, just a whole bunch of cows and horses. Yeah.
All those sheep are probably in the cave.
No, I did see one sheep, but it was like a livestock sheep. It was so sad though. It was covered in mud and kind of just chilling there. It's like, oh man,
So
your life sucks.
It fell, and you saw it after it fell.
Yeah, I guess it was just like on a farm, like just sitting outside while it was raining. I was like, wow.
Wasn't it you and Jared?
Yeah, it was me and Jared.
I just noticed that you said it was me and my friend. I'm like, dude, I know who you're talking about.
I was keeping it neutral for like the podcast audience. Like, yeah, it was me and
Well,
Jared.
yeah, it's Jared.
Yeah. So
Jared.
we actually talked about like on the trip, like who would kind of survive out here. But you know, if everyone in our friend group came, who would survive the longest? So it was interesting.
Who won?
I mean, like me and Jared were out there living, so we'd obviously be like top, you know, because like we knew what we were doing. We feel like Peter would actually he might do better than us because he's a pretty outdoorsy guy. Like I'm guessing that he just knows about the same as us, if not more, but he's just more fit. Um, and then I think we said that Connor would only perform well if he didn't get distracted or if he actually came prepared. Because, like,
Yeah.
we find that most of the time if we invite him to stuff, he comes just slightly unprepared, and it kind of, like, it just makes it a little uncomfortable or a little unpleasant for him. So,
I feel like that's what fuels him to do better though. That he knows that he's an underdog, and that underdog mentality kicks in, and then he just goes wild.
well, we're talking about, like, outdoor survival, so you can't really, like,
Yeah.
will yourself to live a little bit longer. It's like, yeah, it's like he persevered, but, like, he's died of starvation, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
How was the trip though? Was that a pretty long trip?
It was a week. I mean, it was from Friday to Friday, so yeah, a week.
Wow.
And just being outdoors for that long, I mean, here, I'll summarize it by this. When I came home, first thing that I did was take a 45-minute shower. It was fantastic.
45 minutes.
45, yeah. I mean, like, I get free
Did
water.
you time it? Did you want to do 45?
I mean, I
minutes?
walked out. I listened to, like, a couple albums of music, so I knew it was really long. But I think about, like, a pound of red dirt just fell off my body as I was taking a shower. Like, there's, man, a week without being clean. You appreciate modern facilities a lot more. But it was fun.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you really though? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did a week-long backpacking and camping experience last year in Moab. It was really similar. Moab's a lot more red dirt than Colorado, so it was like, when I came back, it was just a fine layer of dirt all over my body.
Yeah.
hmm
I feel like I'm more of a blue dirt kind of guy.
Blue dirt. You're wearing a blue shirt right now, and a blue hat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
exactly.
so what'd you do over spring break, Omar?
I
think you
didn't
told
have
me.
my spring break.
Well, what'd you do last week?
I've been working on a chair, man.
I thought you had to get your wisdom
Um,
teeth out.
No, that's next week.
Next week? Oh man, I thought you were gonna tell us a really good story about that.
No, I'm going to tell you a really good story that's going to hurt as I say it on Friday next week.
Ooh, tune in next time for that.
Tune in next time to hear me in pain. I don't know. I think I've gotten over the fear for the most part.
Are you it's gonna be local anesthetics or
General. It's
general? Ooh boy,
Yep.
that's the more fun one. I mean, like, it's
That's what I hear.
total loss of consciousness. More fun route.
I mean, I just hope it doesn't. When I go under, I hope it just goes. It's just a snap. You
Yeah.
know, I hope it just. And frankly, I think I'll just forget like everybody else.
It's not even forgetting. Your
But it-
brain just doesn't process information during that time.
Yeah, but I feel like
better.
okay, this is what I'm picturing is going to happen. Like all of a sudden, I'm going to get launched into the universe, and then there's a black hole that's sucking me in, and then I just die.
No, I mean, when I went, when I got general anesthetic, when I got my wisdom teeth out, it's
wisdom
basically
teeth.
like, imagine blinking, but like, before you blink you're in one place, after you blink you're in another. It's pretty much instantaneous.
Isn't that awesome?
It's pretty awesome. It's kind of like time travel and teleportation at the same time, except that before you go under, you know, totally fine. After you go under, suddenly you have less body parts, and that's a problem sometimes. And this time
Did you
it
wake up
wasn't.
with pain?
No, I think I wasn't really in pain, but like a couple hours after, I think when the meds wore off, like it was rough. I mean, like, the first time it was rough. Second time, like I was all like pilled up, you know, so I didn't feel a thing.
Wait, you went twice?
Yeah, so first time that I got dental surgery, I mean, so I used to have really fucked up teeth, right? So I had to get like a special type of braces installed.
Was it like the ones that go around your head?
No, it was basically like how do I describe it? So I had to have like mini like chains like pulling up my jaw. It's kind of hard to describe. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really hurt. It's kind of annoying to eat while when you have those
So
on.
you didn't have to wear the orthodontic headgear.
No, like that. It'd suck if like I had to do that like all the time. Like, oh man, bump it, can't wear hats and stuff like that. No,
Yeah.
so first time it was installing those. Second time it was just uninstalling those because like my teeth were good enough to just have Invisalign. But while they were in there, like while they were all up in my teeth, my parents said,
Yeah.
yeah, my parents were like, hey, can you like remove his wisdom teeth while you're in there? And the surgeon was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I got mine all out all at once. I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
even
what
feel
I'm
a
gonna
thing.
do is just get all four out and just deal with it.
Yeah. So
Just get them out. My mom was like, you should do the left side first and then the right side, just like me. I'm like, that sounds horrible.
why would
Sounds
you
like a bad
separate
idea.
it? Yeah.
I have
It,
no idea. That's how. Well, my mom got him out when she was 30. My dad
mm,
got him out when he was like, I think 32. They waited until the pain kicked in. Luckily, they
dang.
didn't lose any teeth. The
Yeah.
way mine look like, they're sideways, and if they start pushing, they're gonna start carving into the roots of my molars.
Oof.
So yeah, it's bad.
I don't. I remember being shown an X-ray of mine, and it was like these could grow in kind of normal, but we're not gonna risk it because that would really fuck up your teeth, as much as they are fucked up already. And so we're like, yeah, we're just gonna remove it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the only thing I'm slightly worried about are the upper ones. They're supposed to be the easier ones to get out, but they're really high up.
Yeah, they're
They're
upper,
really high up. No, no, no. Like in the
like
in
it
the
all
mouth,
up in your gums.
they're really high up. Yeah, they're probably gonna have to go
Yeesh.
in like a solid half inch to an inch or something. I don't
Ooh.
know if that's true, but they looked
Oh,
really high on the
yeah,
X-ray.
man. That's. I think it's a medical miracle, like surgery. It's like, hey, all your
Yeah,
inside bits, take them outside. And we're
yeah.
gonna,
I just need to stay chill and just be a man about it. You know,
yep, just be a man. Just pull them out. Actually, you don't. Who needs surgery?
this is my year to grow into manhood, and it's gonna start off with not being a pussy about wisdom teeth.
That's where it's gonna start. This is it, mom.
This is it. I'm getting my wisdom teeth out. I'm moving out. I'm starting my own business, making
Hmm.
my own family. This is where it all starts.
Yep, with the wisdom teeth.
Yep.
Nice.
You know how it goes. Little Jimmy grows up. Goes into high school, gets into college, but then he gets his wisdom teeth out, and then he becomes a man.
Yeah, it's actually a physical transformation. Once they take your wisdom teeth out, you actually like activate puberty. It's pretty neat. Yeah.
Activate puberty,
Yeah, activate puberty is the
like
puberty.
secondary puberty.
No, it's a primary one. The government just tells you that you go through puberty when you're 16 to like kind of trick you into like not expecting the real puberty that comes with activating the wisdom teeth.
Well,
That
that's
was a total
interesting
lie.
because
Please do
I
not
started
believe that.
puberty at 13.
It's a
That's just
range.
interesting they told you that because I started at like 13.
I mean,
Or
it's
did
like
I?
what's the range? Like pretty much 12 to 18.
I have no idea. Yeah, I guess those late bloomers, those are fun. Yeah, I wonder what day I'm gonna grow up, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna be really hairy. I'm gonna be really muscular. You know?
Okay.
No, that's not gonna
Nope.
happen.
I mean, like everyone experiences puberty in a different way. So, I mean, like my body is like pleasantly hairless basically. So, yeah. It's like chest hair, don't have to deal with that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
It's
It
not
is what it
scratchy.
is.
Yeah. Cool.
Man, yeah, but besides that, I mean, the week for me, it's been time management. It's right now I'm already in pressure. I got to do a lot that I just told you about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just that it's that balance. It's not easy. It's not
Yep.
easy.
World
But
moves on.
but do you want some tips on time management? Well, you came to the right place.
Wow.
We'll start this slowly. We'll
Mhm.
start this slowly. Paul, guess what the first tip in time management is?
Manage your time. I don't know.
No,
What is it?
no. Know what time it is.
Know what time it is?
Yeah, that's my first.
Do you wear a watch?
No, I don't.
That's a really good step to knowing what time it is.
But I have a phone that does the same thing.
Yeah, but watches are stylish. And also, like,
Yeah,
phones
but I
are
also
getting...
have an internal clock.
What time is it right now?
5:45.
You have to look at the computer.
If
If you're in the middle of the
no-
woods, what time would it be?
It'd be 5:45.
Always 5:45. No, I'm an advocate for watches just because it's a lot quicker to just like kind of look at your wrist instead of trying to pull out your phone. Phones are getting bigger, jeans are getting tighter. You know, it's
I
harder
don't
to pull
know
out your
about that
phone.
one. My jeans have not gotten tighter as far as I know. Or only in the good areas. I mean,
Like the
the
quads?
thighs,
Yeah.
and well, I guess your biceps wouldn't count as wearing jeans.
My jeans are so tight. I've been working my biceps. What?
Yeah, the calves are getting bigger. You know.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Advocate for watches.
Well, okay. Well, hey. You know what? We've gone through the first step. Are you ready for step number 2?
What's step number 2?
Oh boy, guess.
So first one's knowing what time it is. Second, knowing what day it is.
No,
I don't know.
That would be knowing the time, but that would be a part of knowing the time. If you're good at knowing your time, you know what day it is. If you don't know what day it is, I don't know where you're living. I think up until like 8th grade, I didn't know what day. You know, I lost track of days. But then after that, I was pretty good at knowing which day it was.
I mean, like,
remember that? Did you ever have that?
No, yeah, I totally had that. Because, like, in elementary, middle, and high school, like, your days are pretty much the same, like, during the weekdays. So it's just, like, you know, because of schedule and stuff. Now, in high school, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is different than Tuesday, Thursday.
Well, even then, like, in the summer is when I would lose track. During the school year, it'd be like, okay, I have school 5 days a week, and I have 2 days off.
Like,
during the summer, I was like, I have no idea what day it is. I woke up, I ate food, and I just, like, played video games or something.
Yep. As a kid, the monotony, or not really the monotony of life, but just,
Monotony?
the fact that you don't really have to, like your life does not involve any of the things that are tied to weekdays versus weekends, except for like if you decide to go out. It's like as a kid, it's like, hey, want to hang out? Yeah, sure. And then be like a Tuesday, and it'd be the same if you ask someone to hang out on like a Friday or a Saturday, because kids don't care about the weekends except when you're in school.
Well, you know what? Since we're such good at time management, I'm gonna go through this list in a management orderly fashion.
Wait, what was the second tip?
Prioritize wisely. You didn't hear that?
No.
It's because I didn't say it.
Yeah. That would help.
Prioritize wisely. Look, when you're making your day, you need to look at the activities that are important and urgent, right? You got to do those right away.
Mm-hmm.
Do those right away. Preferably, what I like to do really, it's obviously right now it's homework because there's nothing else to do. I like to get the most annoying homework done first, the one that I don't care about first.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 3 classes I'm taking right now. I have studio, I have modern architecture, and I have art. Guess which one I do first?
Art. Wait, the history one?
Art.
Art.
I didn't say history.
Oh, I thought.
Modern architecture.
Sorry, I remember you were talking about like
history
art
one?
history.
Yes, Paul, the history one.
Sorry, like I like half paid attention to like the names of it, but yeah, doesn't make sense.
No,
the
history one, bro. The history one, bro.
Okay, please don't get too close to the microphone. Jeez, I'm just imagining your waveforms. But yeah, that makes sense.
Take care of those first.
So I actually.
Oh. Go ahead.
I actually prioritize my day a little bit differently. Like it's basically like so everything basically has like a due date. Why do you have a drill? What are you doing? Why? Moving on. So I prioritize basically by like what is the soonest that tasks that I will be held accountable for, right?
Yeah.
But also like an equal ranking is like I guess the intensity of the task. So like I have like all my homework kind of like printed out and just like always like in my backpack. And so the one that's kind of like first in the pile is the one that's due tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And then I have homework due Thursday
Yeah.
and then Friday. So basically, like, what are the how do I get through as many things as possible, right? And I put it in that order. So priority doesn't always mean like the most important. I think you should also like take into account like what needs to get done now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I just try and get everything done as fast as I can. Sometimes that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You know, I'll my schedule when it's warm enough. I'll wake up 5 a.m, go for a run, get that out of the way for the day, go to school. Probably be there like 2 hours early before my first class. Keep working on whatever homework I need to get done. Go to that class, do more homework. Go to the next class, do more homework. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Go to bed, wake up, do it all over again.
Yeah. I actually find that my most productive days are the days that I'm the busiest. I think because I'm always in that like let's do tasks mode. You know?
If I'm building a model, if I have 12 hours, I will get it done. If I have, let's say, 4 hours and then I have 6 hours that I have to go to work, and then I have 3 hours, I will not get it done. Besides the less time that I have, it's just there's a groove you get into.
Groovy.
And if you stop it, it's hard to get back into it.
Yeah, getting into the zone.
I think that's one of the best things is that having a routine, you get into a daily groove of getting things done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So at least if it's Monday through Friday, you know, you gotta have. I have my routine. You know how it goes. You wake up, go for a run, you take that cold shower.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then you go onto the train, do your homework on the train, and from the train you take that bus. You take that bus to school. You get to class. You do homework in class. No, you don't do homework in class. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You don't do homework in class.
Sometimes you should do homework in class.
If it's art.
Right.
And then if you figure it out, the best thing that I've ever just learned is I guess it's sort of advice. I got it from a book, Tools of Titans. It's a great book for anybody who actually wants to get good at things. If as long as you have a morning routine, the rest of the day works out pretty well. Because if you don't have a routine that you know exactly what you're doing, you'll get used to just reacting to things instead of having things planned out and doing them accordingly.
Yep.
Right?
I think on that note, I think the most useful thing that I've done for myself is literally just like so at the beginning of the academic semester, you're given a syllabus, right, for each class.
Syllabi?
Yeah, a syllabus for a class, syllabi for classes. So basically just like look at your schedule, look at all the exams, look at all the projects, homeworks and stuff like that, and literally just like put them all on a calendar. Like I use Google Calendar. And so I literally know what I'm going to be doing until about like April 29th, all the way till then, just because it's all in the syllabus. Obviously, if things change, then, just add that, change that, and whatever. But the calendar is right on my phone's homepage. I mean, like it's one swipe away. So like if I'm ever not doing anything, right, swipe right. Look at the schedule. What's next? There you go. One of the tasks I need to do: buy dried mangoes for snacks in bulk. All right, I guess I'll do that. But yeah.
Nice.
So.
See, I tackle it a little bit differently. I go day by day. So I figure out my day, then I figure out my week, and then I figure out my month. Obviously, you figure out your day as you go through the week. But if you have today established, and you take the time to know what you're doing this week, and you know the goals that you have for the month, you to go day to day. You plan your day the day before.
Yeah,
right.
I just do it in bulk.
I make my daily schedule.
Yeah.
But I know what I'm doing that week, so I have an idea of what I need to get done for each day that week, and I know what I need to get done within the month because I thought about it. So I know what I have to get done per week. So it's kind of the stacked concept. An entrepreneur told me that.
All right, what's the next step or tip?
What's the next step? Number 3, just say no. Look.
What? No.
Guys, sometimes people want to throw stuff on you all day long. And you got things to do. You gotta go hang out with Jenny from the block, You just gotta say no sometimes to Jenny.
Damn it, Jenny. Why you always want to hang out? Stay to your own block.
Do not hesitate, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the most powerful things is just say no. I mean, the amount of times that I would have probably grown by just saying no a few times.
Yeah.
But no, sometimes you say yes, and then you realize the mistake that you made, and you deal with it.
Yep. I think there's a period. So, like, if you join an organization, or basically if you're trying to put yourself out there, there is an appropriate time where you should be saying yes to a lot of things, just to gain that experience, put yourself out there. Like, basically get people to know that you can do things. But, like, once you're past that, use your ability to say no.
Yeah, a great example is when you first start out in a new job.
Yeah.
You definitely want to say yes to as many things as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna get the word out that you know how to do things, or at least you're competent enough to want to do things, and that you'll give it your best effort every time.
Yeah.
I just got back from an interview. Hopefully, I get that job, and once I do, let me tell you, there's not gonna be a lot of no's those first couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. It's basically like yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Just like I gotta do it.
Yeah. Look, we're going to skip to number 5 because we're so good.
Oh, damn.
Are you ready?
I hope you didn't need number 4.
No, you don't. Because
Okay.
we already did it. It's plan ahead, which we did.
Yeah, okay.
Oh!
Wow. So appropriate. We're so good
ready?
at this. Yeah.
Number 5, eliminate distractions. Look, there's a phone right there next to you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What I like to do, actually, on the days that I get the most things done, are first of all when I'm listening to podcasts, but secondly when my phone is not in the room. Right?
All right.
That phone, honestly, I've forgotten it at home when I go to school, which
Damn.
is
That's kind
like
of
a 13-hour day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't freak out. I'm not worried. The only thing that I get annoyed about is that I have to pay for my ticket
Yeah.
because my tickets are on my phone.
Yeah. That kind of
But
sucks.
besides that, I mean, I get a lot more done because I don't even pay attention, and I don't get distracted by YouTube or messages or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, I come home and there's no messages anyway, so I'm like, wow, I got a lot more done.
Yeah. My work is way too integrated with technology to be able to do that. Like I'm always answering emails, setting up meetings, making calls, messaging people. So I always need my phone. And then on my computer I just have like basically software that you can't really do on any other device. Like CAD programs, like simulations, stuff like that. So I think you need to decide like the devices. Like this is specifically in relation to technology. Decide what devices help you be productive and which ones are just like occupying your time, like worthlessly. It's like, yeah, your phone is helps you out, able to stay connected with the world, but you on your phone too much on that Facebook and Insta, that's not productive, unless you're in marketing, then or like social media, then like you could argue that.
Let's see.
It's basically like, what
That
do
would
you
be quite
use the
an
device
argument
for?
you'd have to make.
Yeah, but distractions aren't only just your phone, laptop, computer, tablet.
Distractions are literally just day-to-day thoughts that you have.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, I need to get my math homework done, but I really want to go to the park and play on the swings.
Yeah. You do that? I think, well, that brings up a good point. I think the biggest, or like a very large factor in being distracted when you can't be, is where you are. Like I have 2 locations where I study. One is
Your
in
bathroom and the coffee shop.
Well, actually, like, yeah, pretty much 4. I have 4 locations that I study. Here in my room, right? I do that only if like it's kind of like casual work. I don't really need to do anything. Then I have coffee shop where it's like really casual work. Like I don't actually need to do this. Then
Yeah, you just walk in with your pipe in hand and you're good to go. You're
what?
casual, wearing your robe.
I don't understand that reference. I'm gonna move on. On campus we have this reading room that's like super quiet. It's like one of those typical like study like libraries that you see in movies. That's for like medium work, right? Where it's like it's important.
Medium work.
Yeah, it's important. It needs to just be quiet. But when I need to go hard into paint, I go to the aerospace computer lab, That's basically like 100% productivity needed. Most powerful computers I have access to. Most programs, just best workspace as long as you have headphones in. So the
Nice.
setting
I tend to lock
can
myself in
affect
my
distractions.
closet and just chill there.
It's a small closet. Yeah.
It's a walk-in.
The closet behind you?
No, not this one.
Oh, like your actual like
No, actually,
closet
I
closet.
usually
Wait, are you?
I don't know. I feel like it switches semester to semester. I usually chill in the living room near the front. But lately, I have been doing homework in here in the actual office, which has been somewhat nice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I'm doing models, which I usually am, I'm in the basement all the time anyways. But I get so bored of that. Sometimes I just go to the kitchen.
I think everyone should have one space where they're able to go super hard. You know, like doing work. Like basically like the like where's your zone? You know, set it up.
Yeah.
Keep it like
I
that.
have this place I call the paint. That's where I
The
go.
paint when you go hard in the paint.
Oh.
Wow, I already said that.
Did you?
Yeah. It's like when I want to go hard in the paint, I go to the Aerospace Computer Lab. Roll back
You
the
said when you go
tapes.
hard in the paint, but I said I have a place called the paint.
It's the same
Where I go
joke.
harding.
All
Come
right.
on.
Give some more tips.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna tell you number 6. It's delegate more often, but I'm gonna let you explain that one.
All right. So if you have the privilege to be in leadership positions, right? Not only do you have to manage your own time, but you have to manage other people's time to make sure that like tasks need to get done. Sometimes it's by certain people, sometimes it's just by like an organization in general. So having the ability to delegate is huge, you know. So I'll give a specific example. By the end of the semester, I need to set up this one experiment, right? It's incredibly complicated. I have to talk to the FAA, local police, like across the state and stuff like that, as well as like just Purdue University in general. I can't do that all by myself, so I have a team. I have two senior engineers under me. I basically delegate to them, and I have the confidence that they'll be able to delegate to their subordinates. So what this all means is that I like basically time is being managed super efficiently because it's not just one person trying to do it all, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly, and that's why you got to delegate more often.
yeah, delegate. I will add a caveat. Sometimes there are things that you should not delegate. You know, so like if, for example, I just needed to know what size this one device was. So it's like, well, that's like a super low level job, but I just need to know right now because I'm gonna do some back of the napkin math. I'll just go up there, measure it myself. You know, know when to
There you go.
delegate, know who to delegate to, know what to delegate. You know, it's very
When to
specific.
go, who, what, when, where, why, and how.
Exactly, yeah.
Who to delegate, what to delegate, where to delegate, how to delegate, why to delegate.
Yeah. Ask those questions when you are delegating. Delegating is starting to it doesn't sound like a word anymore.
Delaware.
Yeah, when you start to Delaware. Yeah. Just start asking those questions. If you can't find the answer to those questions, maybe you either don't know enough information
Delegate that to
delegate.
someone.
Yeah, delegate
to
the answering. Don't go too deep into delegating, or else like
There you go.
nothing's gonna get done.
All right, next step. What should have been, I think it should have been rule number 2. But I guess I put it here. Look, man, you got to take care of yourself.
Oh, that should
There
be number
is
one.
no better way to efficientize your time
A fishy size.
than to fall asleep at the correct time and wake up at the appropriate time and make sure that you're eating healthy. Make sure you get that spinach so that you grow those muscles.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sure to eat your spinach, all I'm saying. Get the blueberries in the morning, get the spinach at night.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say like both at the same time. It's like, no. Yeah. I mean, so let's put an analogy to that. Let's say that you're a car, right? It's like it could be a super dope car, you know. It could have great mileage and whatnot.
It could be La Ferrari.
Yeah, it could be a LaFerrari. But LaFerrari is basically worthless if you don't put the right fuel in it. try to put diesel in a Lambo, it's not gonna work, you know. So take care of yourself. Make sure you're maintained. Because if you're at 100%, you're able to do 100%. If you're at 50%, the most you can do is 50%.
Look, yeah, you could look at the end of the day. If you don't take care of yourself, if you take care of yourself really well, you could be driving in LaFerrari every single day, right? But if you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna end up driving a Fiat Multipla, and that does not feel good. Trust me on that one.
Did you just Google that?
No, I just it's always hard to say, you know.
Okay.
You could also be driving a Bonds bug, and that's just as awkward.
I don't know what those cars are.
You want to feel good and make sure you're driving a Ferrari every day. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Be a Ferrari.
And guess what? The best way to get that Ferrari going is to give it a little gas in the morning. Go for that run.
Isn't the most... Wait, I'm trying to think. Not to be off topic, but I think like the most common car is like the F-150, like in the world. Like it's the most produced car or something like that. Look that up. I remember like the F-150 is like, it has some sort of record. But yeah.
There are the most...
What's just the
let's
most
see.
produced car?
The first thing that came up was the F-150, so you're right about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ford's F-150 is America's best-selling vehicle. Oh.
Ooh, ads. Should we monetize that?
But we'll see about that. Let's see. The other one's the GMC Sierra 1500. You got the Honda Civic, of course.
Yep, Honda Civic.
Chevrolet Silverado, Toyota Corolla, Toyota Tacoma, Honda CR-V.
Yeah.
RAV4, Subaru Outback, Nissan Rogue, Toyota Yaris, Ford Escape, Honda's Accord. Honda's Accord. Wait, Honda's Accord is the most popular vehicle in North Carolina. Ford
Congratulations.
Escape is the most popular in Michigan. Toyota Yaris, Puerto Rico. Nissan Rogue, Connecticut and New York.
Okay, you're going to go down the list.
Subaru
aren't you?
Outback, Colorado, Oregon, and Washington.
That doesn't surprise me.
RAV4, Massachusetts and Nevada. Honda CR-V, guess where?
Where?
Illinois, Maryland, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia. I knew you were thinking that. Guess where the Toyota Tacoma is most popular in?
Tacoma? What kind of car is that? I don't know.
It's a truck.
It's a truck? One of the Dakotas.
Nope. Hawaii.
I can see that.
You
Sort
don't know
of.
what the car looks like.
Well, you said it was a truck, so I'm like, alright, what do they use trucks for in Hawaii?
Toyota Corolla is the best one in Florida. Let's see where the Ford F-150 is.
It might be like it's widely distributed everywhere, but not...
Alabama, Arizona, Georgia, Idaho, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Minnesota, Missouri, MS and MT,
Minnesota
North
and Montana.
Dakota, Nebraska, New Mexico, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, and you guessed it, Tejas.
Tejas? Texas.
Texas.
I was confused for a second. Alright.
Yeah, but you know what? Last one. We're on the last one. That's how good we are at managing this thing.
Wow, we're like 40
You gotta
minutes
watch
in.
what you spend. You gotta watch what you spend.
Money?
You know what I mean by that? No. Time.
Okay. Well, like...
Time is worth more than money, bro. Time's worth more than money, so you gotta
time
watch
is
that
money.
even more important.
Yeah.
So you can spend all the money you want in the world, but you can't spend all the time in the world.
Yeah. Okay.
You're just
I mean-
gonna agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, time moves forward. You can't save time, you know?
Honestly, a great exercise to do is look. How many? Check out how many days are in a week.
7! Googling that. How many days are there this week? Oh, there's 6 this week, but 8 next week. It evens out.
How many hours in a week? How many hours in a week? Are you ready for this?
Sometimes.
There are 168 hours in a week, bud.
Yeah.
Take 8 hours of sleep every week, right? That's 56
8 every
hours.
week. Oh, every day.
8 hours a day. Every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's 56. So you subtract that, you're still over 100. you still got 112,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Then if you work full time, right? Let's say you work full time, you got another 40 hours a week,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that brings you down to, you guessed it, 82 hours. 82 hours. 82 hours, is that the math?
Well, let's go with it. Pull out a calculator.
No, we gotta be accurate. 162 minus 56 minus 40. 66.
66.
Yeah. I did the math wrong. It was 106.
Okay. So
So
66
we're at
hours.
66 hours.
So sleep and
Let's
work so
say-
far.
Let's say every day you work out for an hour. That's only 7 hours. You're at 59.
Mm-hmm. Let's say that you
Right.
eat for an hour
Two-
every day.
No,
Which
let's
is
say
pretty
you eat
short.
For 3 hours every day. An
Oh,
hour.
no, yeah, hour
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
and a meal. That's what I meant. Yeah.
So that's 3 times 7. That's 21.
Mm-hmm.
21. So you still have 38 hours.
38 hours.
You have a day. Oh, you have more than a day and a half.
Well, you can interpret that
And that hold on,
two ways.
But look, and then okay, you know what? Let's factor in transportation.
Yeah. So like,
Let's say it's an hour commute every day,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is
Getting to places.
7 hours. I mean, let's say
Yeah.
it's 7 hours for some reason.
Mhm.
31. You still have over 30 hours.
Yeah.
And you've already commuted, you've slept, you've eaten, you've worked out.
Mm-hmm.
31 hours. What are you gonna do?
Well, hold on. So like getting ready takes about an hour a day to get ready. I mean, like now we're just like
Okay.
nitpicking, right?
Yeah. Okay. So subtract, but yeah, you can be more efficient.
Yeah.
You know, you can become more efficient. You still have 24 hours if
So-
you want to say you get ready for an hour every day.
Are you saying that like you have all this time to do stuff, or are you saying that you don't have a lot of time to do stuff?
No, I'm saying you have all this time to do stuff.
'Cause I'm in-
24 hours? That's a whole day.
I'm interpreting that a little bit differently because that's 24 hours a week. Well, there's 7 days a week. Okay, let's just say 5 days a week because of the work week, right? So, oh shit, we'll have to redo some of that math. Nah, whatever.
Look, but it's like you have so much time that I already converted 50 gallons to 189.27 liters. Like that is how good you need to be at time management.
Well,
You need to
okay.
be that efficient.
So I did an exercise once that basically it took a look at it looked at your day, just 24 hours. So I'll do the math real quick, just for myself, right? So, and basically it's supposed to be like how long do you think you do it, or you do these actions? So 24 hours, right? I'm gonna block like the actual math being done, because that's the point. So 24 hours minus I get about 6 hours of sleep, right?
Yes.
I take about 2 hours to do, just to like eat, you know. Let's just take away 2 hours for like actually like moving between classes and stuff. Average day, I have about 5 hours of classes, right? I think. And then let's just take an hour out for getting ready for school and stuff. Did I take
For school and stuff, you're right.
yeah, getting ready. What else? And then for those 5 hours of classes every day, they say you should do like 2 hours of work, right? So that's 10 minus 10, you know. What else? And then I think I give myself like an hour of free time, you know, right? So let's do the math.
That should be included in the time you have left over. That
Here-
hour of free time.
Here's the thing, right? I think I give myself an hour. I have -3 hours every day to do all the things, right? So the point of this exercise was like you actually think that you have, or you actually have less time than you actually do, right? If you think that
No,
like,
the
oh, I
point-
have,
Mhm.
it was basically like oh, like you like this is how long you think it takes to do all these things, right? It's like, well, it actually like you have less time to do those than you actually do, you know.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the way I think of the exercise is I see how much time I'm spending on things and I can see where I can save time.
Oh no, yeah, that's the point. It's like, okay, so some things are like actually true, like 6 hours of sleep, 5 hours of classes. You can't move those. Well,
Yeah.
why don't you cut back on like free time? Maybe get ready in the morning a little bit faster, stuff like that. So
Well, yeah, and I included full work time schedule. That's more than most. Like I'm assuming most the most amount of time you take for classes every day.
hmm
I don't think you're in classes for 8 hours, right?
no,
So like you're already at an advantage if you're in school. What I'm trying to say is you either you can be in the perspective where you feel like you don't have a lot of time. You do this exercise and you find out where you can improve,
hmm
or you feel like you're spending a lot of time doing nothing,
yeah.
and you do this exercise and you realize how much time you actually have, or you can feel like you don't have enough time, but you really do.
I think that goes back to give yourself a schedule. If you can like objectively look at how much time it takes for you to do things, you can start
You're an
shuffling things
objectivist.
around, you know? Like you might be able to
Yeah.
gain some time back. Like if you basically just switch like, oh, instead of having lunch at 2, I'll have it at noon, right? Which
Yeah,
will
I mean,
give me
I
like,
skip breakfast all entirely, so
ha, I skip
I
lunch
understand.
and breakfast. I said
Are
that
you
backwards.
serious?
Oh man, like my so I said like, oh, you gotta like take care of yourself. I do not take care of myself. Like I am it is difficult when you have a schedule like mine. Just because like there's so many things you have to do. Like I mean like what I'm saying is I eat on the go, right? Like on the move, like in between
Yeah.
classes, I'll have snack, just like walk in, have a burrito, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Gotta get that burrito.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like Chipotle is a far walk, so I have to get it at like this Chipotle knockoff thing.
Chipotle's
That's
never a
fine,
far walk, bro.
dude.
Chipotle's
It's like a
never a
20
far
minute
walk.
walk for me, all the way across campus.
You know how much work you can get done in 20 minutes, bro?
I mean, like I actually do work like while I walk.
You
Like I
could
send
close it.
emails.
You could close a deal in China in 10 minutes.
I don't I don't know any business deals that I have to do in China. What?
You could buy $50,000 worth of stocks in those 20 minutes.
Yeah, you could. It's I mean, like look all the auto trading like bots on Wall Street, thousands of deals made or thousands of trades made every second. Yeah, hyper productive. Here's a wait. Are you done with all the tips? Do you have
No,
more?
last tip.
Okay, last tip,
You
and
ready?
I'll add my little thing.
Last tip.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy yourself.
Okay, if you
Don't
insist.
forget that at the end of the day,
Have fun.
have fun, have a great time. But no, no, no. I mean, I like to reflect. Every night, I like to think about pretty much what I did that day, what I should have gotten done, what I shouldn't have done, and what I can do tomorrow to fix that.
Yeah. Every
Fair
night,
enough.
pretty much the same thing. Lie in bed, awake at night, staring at the ceiling, contemplating the fragility of my own mortality and what my place is in the world and why am I not at the place I want to be. And then how I can, you know,
Improve that.
well, not necessarily. I just like kind of cry a little bit, then go to sleep. Yeah, like the most important thing, like you want to be like a closed loop system, right? You're a dork. Oh, you just held. Okay. Um, just held up a sign saying you're a dork. That's fine.
From
But yeah.
Katie.
Um, so be a closed loop system, meaning like not only should you be doing things to the best of your abilities, you should be kind of assessing your actions, your thought process, like all that stuff to make sure that
Yeah.
it's actually producing work that is satisfactory. You know, it's like you could be doing all this stuff that you think is right. Then when you get the results back, it's like, ah, no, that was actually crap. You know, continually improve
100%.
yourself. And
100%.
yeah, that's all self reflection. So
And like and it makes you conscious about what you're doing. If you hate your life, you probably should reflect on it and
yeah.
figure out why you hate your life, and then maybe you can take the steps to improve it. If you're feeling like you don't have a lot of time, you can take that reflection, take that 5 minute reflection time, and try and figure out where you're going wrong. At the end of the day, it's the time you put into it.
Yeah. So I have 2 more tips. These are kind of a little bit more specific. So first tip from me is sometimes you gotta invest a lot of time to save time in the future, right? So like if you're able to set yourself up now, like maybe spend like 6 hours one day, basically just like planning out, maybe like gathering all the tools and whatnot, you'll be able to save time in the future. So like one obvious way is like one thing that I did was basically I wrote a computer program that kind of just calculates I'm not going to get too much into it, but it calculates like the properties of a jet turbine, right? Just like all the little components of it, like temperature, pressure, density, stuff like that.
The thing you tend to do.
What? No, yeah.
The normal thing you tend to do.
Well, it's just an example, and I think it's a really good example because it's a very complicated task, right? That would take a lot of time to do it by hand. And so instead of spending like 2 hours every week doing it, I just spent 6 hours one week doing it, and then it takes me like half an hour. So like every time I have to do it in the future. So kind of like sometimes you invest a little bit of time at the front, and you'll be able to reap benefits in the end. So that's top.
That's actually how I think of my runs.
Yeah, like it's an investment. It kind of sucks now to do it, but you'll be able to, like, the payoff is going to be in the future. So that's top tip number 1. Oh shit.
Hot tip?
Top tip. I kind of forgot the second
hot
one.
Tip. The second one was to always remember the first one.
Yeah, always remember the first one. That's the second one. I think like
there's 2 rules to life. There's never
rules.
Quit, and there's always remember rule 1.
Yeah. Nice.
That's pretty much it. Well, you know what? Since we're in the spirit of time management, thank you everybody for listening this far.
Yeah, it's a short one.
If you are still here with us and you actually enjoyed some of that, let me tell you.
Why do you have a drill?
Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And look, we do this every week. Every week, Fridays at noon when they come out.
Wow. Stop using the hand drill. Why?
Sometimes you gotta bring a little spice into life, man. I like to use spicy hand drills. But yeah, you know what? We are the Tree Chucklers. It's Paul and I today. Next week, we're gonna have a nice man named Ethan.
Ethan.
Shout
out to Ethan.
Shout out to Ethan. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know yet he's gonna be on the podcast.
Oh wow.
He's gonna be on the podcast. Let me tell you. So be tuned in for that one next week, right? But as always, we are the Tree Chucklers. Go ahead and go to the website.
Check on over to our website.
Check on over. just hike over there. Just take the little hike.
It's a nice little walk. You'll enjoy the views.
Yeah. Just hit that one button below in the description that has the URL in it, right? And then that'll take you to this. But you didn't have to walk. You know what? You could just sit in the chair all day.
Yeah, we'll bring the website to you through the internet pipes.
Exactly. Yeah, see, we already put in the hard work for you. You don't even have to walk.
Yep, investment. Time investment.
So go ahead and check it out over there. We got blogs, we got videos, we've got a whole hullabaloo.
We got internet stuff.
We almost have shirts.
Well, we have shirts. Like me and
we
you.
We almost have shirts. Yeah. We if it consists of you and I.
Yeah.
Boom.
But we have...
I have grammar.
Anyway.
But yeah, as always, we are the Tree Chucklers. This has been episode number 11, Double Hockey Sticks. And guess what?
Wow.
Guess what?
What?
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good.
That was a dopey one for sure, but that was fun.
Yeah. We didn't do a sync in the beginning. Want to just do that now?
Oh yeah, okay. 3, 2...